Well, we're a civic group. We were established in 1922 to develop a regional plan, a long-range, region-wide strategy for the growth of the New York region. And we've done 3 regional plans since then. It's 1929, 1968, and 1996 that have shaped the region's growth and development for nearly a century. The region is the metropolitan area around New York. It's a place that's 300 kilometers across in size. It's the largest and most complex urban region in the world, about 23 million people, $1.2 trillion economy. So in other words, we've got a single metropolitan area with a population and the economy the size of Australia's. Well, New York is one of the densest cities in the world, and it's a city that's been organized largely around public transportation. And my mantra is that we've tried to design the city and the region around sidewalks, shoe leather, and transit, and that makes for sustainability. That the compact nature of the region means that it's a much more energy efficient, much more carbon efficient place. The average New Yorker uses less than a third as much, or produces less than a third as much carbon as the average American, because we've got a place that's compact and transit oriented. Well, in 2007, under Mike Bloomberg's leadership, the mayor of New York, the city created a long-term sustainability plan called Plan YC. And that plan laid out, I think it was 116 discrete policies, investments, strategies that needed to be adopted by the city if it was going to achieve its goal of a 30% carbon reduction by 2030. So the mantra is 30 by 30. And that plan has been largely implemented. It's now being updated. And we're taking a fresh look at those targets, and we're having checked off the box on most of the things that were in the original plan. We're looking at the next steps that we need to take to make New York an even more sustainable place. Well, the big thing is the idea of investing in centers instead of designated urban and suburban activity centers. And the second thing would be organizing that around regional rail, not around cars, but around rapid transit and commuter rail, and in some places trams and bus rapid transit and so forth. Third thing would be identifying and then acting very aggressively to protect the big natural systems that support life in the region. Do those 3 things, and you just covered 80 or 90% of what you need to do to create a place that is sustainable and is going to be, contributing to climate action and not contrary to what we need to do to protect the planet. Well, I don't think we do. I mean, I think if you do those, if you create those big structures, and I think of it as 3 structures: the infrastructure, the big transit and environmental systems, the ecostructure, preserving the natural systems that essentially bound the region. In some places like New York and Sydney, you've got these estuaries. In Brisbane, you've got the estuaries right in the heart of the region, so it's sustaining, restoring those systems. And then the third thing, getting the urban structures right so that you really are organizing development at a scale and at locations that work for shoe leather and transit. You do those things, I don't think you need urban limits. It would be nice, but in some cities in the U.S. have adopted urban growth boundaries and that sort of thing. We don't have them, and we've gotten most of most of what we've set out to do has been achieved without them.